transforming an asphalt desert to a place filled with trees and gardens where students can play. That's the goal of the Trust for Public Land, and they've been working on their first Pittsburgh project. Here to talk about it is the Vice President of the Great Lakes region of the Pittsburgh Trust for Public Land. I'm going to get this out. Owen Franklin, and the principal of Greenfield Elementary. We have Dr. Brandon George here too. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
And this was a really big day actually for the project at Greenfield Elementary. Tell us what happened today.
So we are thrilled to be launching our first community school year project in Pittsburgh. We do this work all over the country. And we started our work in Pittsburgh at Greenfield with a tremendous collaboration of local partners, the parent-teacher organization, local councilperson, Western PA Conservancy, and of course the great leadership that Dr. Brandon George has. And today the students shared their vision for what the school year can become when it moves from an asphalt surface lot to a true high-performing green park and community space.
And when I talked to you earlier about this, you said this isn't just for the kids too. You want this to be a space that the whole community can enjoy and really rally around the school.
So we at the Trust for Public Land believe that everybody should be able to access a high quality park within a 10-minute walk of their home. These are spaces where people come together, they meet each other, they realize they have things in common, they put that common ground to greater use to advocate for the things that they need for their community. These spaces serve the school during the day and the critical needs that the teachers have, the students have, all the great programming that can happen in these spaces. But then as the school closes, the community comes out and connects to that space, connects with the school, connects with each other.
Yeah. Dr. George, talk to me about the students' involvement in this and being selected as the first Pittsburgh project for this.
So the most difficult task for us was to select one group, because obviously I can't select all groups because we're a K-8 building. So we selected a third grade class group with Mr. Paulo and Miss Evans. And we wanted them to work because that group, they were selected because they're going to be there the longest time. You know?
True, yeah, right. In third grade, they're truly special because they're like reaching that maturity level where they can think things out and problem solve, but they still have that imagination and creativity. Are you finding that with some of their ideas and designs?
Oh yes, they're very creative, and they're very energetic, in this whole and throughout this whole process.
Yeah. But what's so fantastic is these kids are making hard decisions. They're making sure they start by visioning, and they're so excited. They want a diamond slide, they want a chocolate fountain, but then we introduce the concept of costs, and they can't have everything, and they have to decide what they want the most, not just for themselves, but for their fellow students and for the community. It's a real learning experience for them.
Looking at some of the visions, some of the other projects that have taken place, and I hope that we can share some of those with you too. This is all about bringing kids into nature and allowing them to have that space. I mean, there's nothing quite like climbing a tree when you're a kid, or being able to run around in the grass and take your shoes off and like really be able to feel nature around you. Is that the goal here with this?
The ability to connect to nature does so many things. A dollar invested in a park is a dollar that goes so many different directions. It's a dollar in public health. It's a dollar in community cohesion. It's a dollar in public safety. When we go to these schoolyards, we see kids just face down on the turf, just rolling around.
Yeah.
We see kids getting their hands dirty. We see kids, walking through stone gardens. We see kids doing things that in many cases they don't have access to where they live. So many kids across our country, so many families across our country can't access a park within a 10-minute walk of their home. Our vision is to ensure that everyone does.
That everyone does. All right, well, I want to share what the students were able to come up with. I think we have their design, so we're going to pull that up so you guys can get a first-hand look. And it's a rendering, so it's not necessarily, this isn't the whole thing. So walk us through what we're seeing here.
So what we're seeing here is what the kids have called out to be very important. They spoke to the need to have places for play, for trees to have shading, for places for kids to have an outdoor classroom so that the faculty at Greenfield can introduce subjects in a different and dynamic way. They wanted a space where everyone could feel safe and belonging, and that's absolutely what goes into this space. And now our job is to make this actual construction documents that can build a project. This will go into the ground.
That's fantastic. So you guys are hoping to break ground sometime?
We'd like to break ground this summer. This is our first project in Pittsburgh, so we're going to see how it goes a bit, but we have every commitment to move as fast as we can.
And other projects that you all have done in Pennsylvania, I mean, they've been outside of Pittsburgh.
We've got a strong program in Philadelphia. We've got a new program in Scranton. Our vision is to deliver this kind of work or inspire others. We can't do this alone. To provide this kind of transformation really across the Commonwealth.
I love it. And Dr. George, what are you most looking forward to with this?
So I'm just, like I said, I'm just glad that they were able to ask me to be a part of this because this transformation is big for our community, for our staff, for our students, for our parents. And it's just a way to connect the community and bring them even closer together.
I know you're so dedicated to this school and really looking forward to see what this looks like.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in today from Philadelphia too. We're going to keep track of the Greenfield project. We're going to provide you with the updates as they transform that space into a new playground. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.